Hello, fifth grade. So today is Friday. I just kind of want to end out the week doing a little bit of a preview for the book that we are going to start next week. Okay? So the book that we are going to be starting is called Watson's Go to Birmingham, 1963. Okay? We'll be reading this together. Now I know that I had said like, hey, we're going to read this book in person, but it seems like that is not going to be possible, getting those books to you. So we are going to read it online. All right, I will provide that link for you to read it online. But I do kind of want to do some preview today, kind of look at what the book is going to be about, kind of have some reactions for how you feel about the book, so on and so forth. Okay, so first I'm going to have you look at the front cover of the book right here. Watson's Go to Birmingham, 1963. All right, it's won a couple of awards. You can see right here. These are these medals right here that they have won. Now, looking at this front cover of this book, what I want you to do is I want you to tell me 3 reactions you have as you look at the front cover of this book right here. 3 things that you think as you are looking at the front cover of this book. If you need to think a little bit more, if you need to look at this picture a little bit more, you can pause. But I want you to tell me what are 3 things that you are thinking about as you're looking at this picture of the front cover of the book. All right. Okay. Then next, what I want you to do on this slide here, I have a video. This is the trailer of the movie. All right, we will watch the movie of this story here. But I do want you to look at the trailer, which is kind of like a preview, a little bit of a kind of a little teaser of what's going to happen in the story. I want you to watch that, and I want you to tell me what is your reaction to this story. Okay, one reaction to what you saw in this trailer. What is one thing that you're thinking after you watch this trailer? Okay, and then last, what I want you to see for today, things that happened in 1963. So in this story, it takes place in 1963. I wanted to show you a couple different things that happened in 1963. First, you might know this person called Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, this was the year that he gave his I Have a Dream speech, and he was talking about equal rights for black Americans, living with white Americans and all races, and we were all going to get along and it was all going to be great. Okay, number 2, John F. Kennedy, who was the President of the United States. He was our president in 1963. He fought for equal rights for black Americans. He said, you know what? Black Americans deserve the exact same rights as all of us. So do Hispanic Americans. He talked a lot about Asian Americans. He really fought for the rights of all people. He's killed in Dallas, Texas in 1963. He was shot. He was assassinated. That was in 1963. Okay, so 2 very different things. One, where we're talking about somebody who was such a hopeful figure and great things were happening. And then another, where somebody who really fought for other people got shot for what he was saying. Okay, so a very different time in 1963. Life was very different. Okay, the Beatles, it's a band, became the most popular band in the world. And below, what I have here is 2 videos, 2 songs from this group. I want you to go ahead and listen to those 2 songs. One is called Hey Jude. It's very popular. And one is called Let It Be. 2 very popular songs by this group, this band. Go ahead and listen to those. You might think, oh my goodness, Mr. Lund, these are so old. What are you doing making us listen to these old songs? But I want you to think for a second, okay? So 1963. Sure. Okay. Pretty old. Sure. All right, but I'm going to look here. If I look at a calculator and I subtract, so the year is 2021, and I subtract 1963, that was 58 years ago. Okay. So my parents were born at this time. So my dad was born in 1962, my mom was born in 1963, so they were alive. and they're not old. They're pretty young. They're my parents. They're still alive. They're still working. They're still just living their lives, doing whatever they need to do to survive, and they're alive. So 1963 is not very long ago. And so these very strange times that you may be reading about right now, it's not very long. It's very possible that your parents and your grandparents survived during this time right here. Okay? So during this book, just know, yes, we may be talking about times that you're not familiar with, but just know it's not very long ago. Okay? So as we read this book, that'll be a very important point that we'll talk about a lot, but I do just want to let you know, 1963, not very long. Okay? So that's what I want you to do today. Go back, give me some thoughts you have about this front cover of this book, some thoughts you have about this trailer, and we will move on from there. I think we'll start this book here on Tuesday. On Tuesday, we will start reading this book. All right? If you have any questions, let me know.